There is a version of you, and I know you can picture her, even if just barely, who wakes up in the morning and feels okay. Not perfect. Not fixed. Just okay. Settled inside her own life. She pours her coffee and something in her chest is quiet. She knows what she wants. She believes, at least a little, that she might actually get there. Maybe you used to be her. Maybe you're not sure you ever were. Maybe grief walked through your door, or anxiety moved in, or loss rearranged everything so completely that you can barely remember what you even wanted before all of this happened. I see you. Stay with me. I'm not here to tell you to think positive or to manifest harder or to just believe and everything will come. I don't talk like that, because you've been through real things, and real things deserve real conversation. What I am here to tell you is that there is a practice, 10 minutes a day, a pen, a piece of paper, that has helped thousands of women in real pain start to find their way back to themselves. It's called Law of Attraction Scripting, and by the end of this, you're going to understand exactly how to do it and why it works even when hope feels far away. Let's just breathe for a second before we go any further. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Hold it gently. And let it out. Good. You don't have to earn your place here. You're already welcome. So let me ask you something. When was the last time you let yourself want something? Not need something. Not worry about something. But actually, quietly want something beautiful for your own life? For a lot of women going through grief or anxiety or loss, wanting feels dangerous. Because you wanted things before, and then they didn't happen, or they were taken, or they changed into something you didn't recognize. And so you learned, maybe without even noticing, to keep your hopes very small and very close to the ground, where they can't fall far. That's not weakness. That's survival. You did what you had to do. But here's what I know, at some point, surviving is no longer enough. And some part of you knows that, or you wouldn't be here right now, watching this. Some part of you is still reaching. I want to help you reach. The scripting manifestation technique is simple, and that's exactly why it works. Here's what it is: you write about your dream life in the present tense, as if it is already happening. Not I hope someday and not I wish. You write I am and I have and I feel. You describe the details. The morning light in your kitchen. The way your shoulders feel. Who is in the room with you? What you hear. You write it like a scene from a novel, and that scene is your life. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, that sounds like lying to myself. And I understand why it feels that way. But here's what's actually happening when you write this way. Your nervous system, the part of you that has been running on fear and grief and tension, it cannot fully tell the difference between something you are vividly imagining and something that is actually happening in your body right now. When you write with detail and emotion and real feeling, your body starts to soften. Your breathing slows. The tight place in your chest loosens, just a little. And from that softer, calmer place, you start to make different decisions. You notice different things. You take a small step you wouldn't have taken before. And then another. That is how scripting works. Not magic. Not mystery. Just your own nervous system learning to feel safe enough to move forward. Let me walk you through how to actually do this, because I want you to be able to try it tonight. First, find a journal or even just a piece of paper. There is something about handwriting this that matters. It moves slower than typing, and your brain processes it differently. Give yourself that gift. Before you write a single word, take 3 slow breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. This is not ceremony. This is just giving your body permission to shift gears. Now, at the top of your page, write today's date. Then write, "Today is a beautiful day in my life." That is your opening line. Every time. From there, you write. You describe your morning, your home, your body, how you feel inside, the relationships around you, your work, if that matters to you, your health, your peace. Write in present tense. Write with feeling. If emotion comes up while you write, if your eyes get wet, let them. That's not weakness either. That is your heart recognizing something it wants. You are going to aim for 10 minutes. Set a gentle timer if it helps. And you're going to do this every single day. Now, some of you have heard of the scripting method 369, and I want to touch on that because a lot of women ask about it. The 369 approach to scripting means you write your desired feeling or scene 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. It comes from a numerology tradition, and many people find that structure helpful because it keeps you returning to your vision throughout the day instead of just once. If that kind of structure resonates with you, try it. But if it feels overwhelming, especially right now while you're still healing, do not pressure yourself. Even once a day, even 5 minutes, is powerful. Start where you are. Let me give you some manifestation journal prompts to help you when you sit down and the page feels blank, because I know that happens. When you don't know what to write, start with one of these. This morning I woke up feeling. And then write how you want to feel, not how you actually feel. The thing I am most grateful for right now is. Write something small and true, and let it grow from there. My body feels. And describe ease, and warmth, and rest. The person I am becoming is someone who. And let yourself be surprised by what comes next. These are your doors in. You only need to find one to get started. Take another breath with me right now. In slowly. And out. Yes. I want to talk to you for a moment about what to do when scripting feels fake. Because it will. Some days you will sit down with your journal and write, "I am peaceful and my life is full of joy," and every cell in your body will say that is not true. And you will feel like a fraud. Here's what I want you to do on those days. Write smaller. Instead of "My life is everything I've ever wanted," write, "Today I chose to believe, just a little, that things can change." Instead of "I am completely healed," write, "I am someone who is learning to take care of herself." The truth of where you are and the dream of where you're going are not enemies. You can hold both. In fact, the bravest scripting is the kind that reaches just 1 inch past where you currently stand. How to script manifest is not about forcing yourself to feel joy you don't have. It is about creating a bridge word by word, day by day, between the woman in pain and the woman who finds her way through. And now I want to say something directly to the part of you that is still holding on. You are holding something heavy. I don't know if it's grief for a person you've lost, or grief for a life that didn't go the way you planned, or the weight of worry that has lived in your chest for so long you've forgotten what it feels like not to carry it. Maybe it's guilt. The kind that tells you you don't deserve to dream right now, that it's too soon, that other things need to be dealt with first, that you haven't earned the right to want a beautiful life. I want you to hear me say this clearly: you do not have to earn the right to want a beautiful life. You were born with it. Pain does not revoke it. Loss does not revoke it. Nothing that has happened to you cancels your belonging in a life that feels good. And right now, in this moment, I want you to let go of the idea that you have to be done grieving before you can start living again. Let that idea fall. It is not true, and it has been heavy, and you don't need it anymore. Grief and hope are not opposites. They live side by side in the same heart all the time. You are allowed to miss what you've lost and still write, with a shaking hand, about what might be coming. You are allowed to cry while you script. You are allowed to not believe a single word you write at first. You are allowed to feel ridiculous. And you are allowed to keep going anyway. That is the whole practice. Showing up, pen in hand, 1 inch past where the fear lives. I believe in that version of you. The one who wakes up one morning, not some distant perfect morning, but a real ordinary morning, and feels the quiet in her chest. She's not a fantasy. She is you, just a little further down the road. You are already walking toward her. You have been walking toward her this whole time, even on the days it didn't feel like it. So here's what I want to ask you, and I really want to know the answer. If you sat down tonight with a journal and 10 quiet minutes, what is the very first thing you would write about your dream life? What is the one feeling, or the one detail, that would tell you things had changed? Drop it in the comments below. It doesn't have to be big. It can be just one sentence. I want to read it, and I want you to have the experience of writing it somewhere real, even if it's just in a comment box. You belong in this community. Stay with us, you are not alone here, and we will keep showing up with you. If this video touched something in you, please share it with someone you love who might need it tonight. You never know what 10 minutes of hope can do for a person who has run out of it. And if you want to go deeper, come visit us at dealerofhappiness.org. There is a free healing journal waiting for you there, and a community of women who understand what you're carrying. If this is your first time here, subscribe and stay. Every week we show up for each other in this space, and there is always room for you. You picked up a pen today. That is not nothing. That is everything.